Oh my God. Help. So, Harry doesn't want to bring Meghan back to the UK under the current state of affairs where they don't have the kind of security measures in place that normally would be in place had there been no order, I suppose, from the higher ups in the palace to drop them like a brick, in a manner of speaking. I'm sure they did not put it quite so callously, but in the end, effectively, that's what happened, right? Because one order from the king, the buck stops with the king, the father, and father-in-law, and grandpa also. Then there'll be full security in place for Harry, Meghan, and their children. So, I personally, how pretty! Can you see that? Pretty display of flowers, and they're not chrysanthemums. I don't quite remember the name of it right now. If I do before I am done talking, I'll tell you. But so what do I think about this whole thing with Harry and Meghan and the security and him never bringing her back? Because basically he said that it takes one lone wolf, you know. It doesn't take a whole plot of 25 bad guys dressed in black and wearing masks. I mean, look at what happened to President Trump, you know. It just takes one person. And by the way, even with the top security in the world, you're talking about the Secret Service of the United States of America, okay? Even with that, you had someone take a shot at the president. I mean, there's some debate whether it was a bullet or whether it was shrapnel or, you know, other flying objects that hit him. But the bottom line is he was hit, even with all that security in place. And so Harry's basically like, it just takes one lone wolf, one crazy one person who, with acid or with a bullet, with a knife, whatever, can harm my wife and myself, frankly, and my children. And he was right to include himself in that because, you know, people don't care. You know, they don't care. And once they have maimed you or killed you, you know, it's fait accompli. You know, they don't care that they're killed in return or, you know, people don't care. And so, no, I don't blame Harry at all for taking that stance. I would have hoped personally that it wouldn't have had to come to this, you know, but it has, and it's very, very unfortunate, you know. It's very unfortunate, and it is equally as unfortunate that Harry's family just don't care. They don't care. I mean, he could go to the highest Supreme Court in heaven if necessary, as far as they are concerned, and they don't care, right? It's a question that they don't want Meghan. They don't want Meghan, right? They don't want Meghan, and they don't want those kids. The way they feel about it is the monarchy doesn't really need Meghan, Lilibet, and Archie. They can be replaced. That's my sense. And yeah. I don't think the helicopters were taking off today. I always like to stop by and watch them take off and land like a little kid. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying that, I don't blame Harry for not wanting to bring Meghan to the UK because they're being treated very cruelly and very disrespectfully by the government and by their family, Harry's family in particular. Well, both their families really, but in this particular context, the royal family. And yeah, just keep out of it and don't bring her back. And frankly, it's their loss, not hers, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, it's raining cats and dogs, so let's go someplace else where it's a little bit less rainy. I'm pretty sure that I've never been to this garden. Ah. Okay, I had never even... Did I read about it recently, but never have I ever come in here. What a beautiful garden. This is in the 15th near Port de Versailles. Oh my goodness. Look at this place, you guys. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, let me use this opportunity just to talk a little bit more about Harry and Meghan and this whole thing. I mean, yeah, I don't blame him at all. What do you think about it? I didn't sort of ask you what you thought. I mean, do you give him any wrong for taking that position? That he's going to err on the side of caution and protect his wife and his family? I don't think any reasonable person would, not even those in the royal family, right? So what else did I hear about them anyway? I haven't really spoken about them too much lately because I don't want to give it too much energy and bandwidth. I have other things to think about other than people that I don't frankly respect anymore. But I heard that William apparently fired Camilla's sister, Annabelle Elliott. Never heard of her before, So I like her name, Annabelle Elliott. Camilla, Annabelle, and their brother, Mark, was it? Who's dead. But apparently Annabelle was the decorator for King Charles for several years. She has apparently been the interior designer / decorator for several of his properties in UK, Scotland, England, Wales, all over. And William, now that he is the proprietor for the Duchy of Cornwall, is the one who sort of holds the purse strings, if you will. And he recently issued, well, there was some recent financial reportings that were issued. Apparently, William declined to disclose his earnings, but he's expected to have earned 30 million for his own personal pocket just in 1 year alone from the assets of the Duchy of Cornwall, right? And this will continue and potentially even grow each year that he continues to be the Prince of Wales until he's king, in which case I guess he owns billions and billions and billions of dollars. But so that's the duchy. So one of his first acts after the first year or two, whatever it is he basically fired his mother-in-law's sister, which would make her his aunt-in-law, who is a woman in her 70s and who's had the job for at least a decade. So there's that. So yeah, what else did I hear about the Sussexes? I think Meghan's birthday is coming up, isn't it? She's an August baby, isn't she? A Leo. I know she's a Leo. I don't know whether she's July or August, but it's birthday season for Meghan. So, happy birthday in advance or belated, depending on the circumstances, to her, right? And what else have I heard about the Sussexes? I mentioned the Camilla sister thingy, and I mentioned Harry not wanting to take his family there anymore. And he said this in a documentary, by the way, where he was interviewed and he was explaining about his lawsuit against the tabloid media and also his decision not to bring his family. You probably can't hear me, so I'm just gonna not speak till I pass the water. Well, anyway, I'm trying to find my way out of this very beautiful park. It's funny because the park I entered at the beginning, when I entered, I thought, oh, this looks so much like Parc André Citroën. And Let me try to think about this now. How would I do this? And it turns out that it's right next to Parc Andre Citroën, which doesn't make any sense at all, right? Because in my head, do you think, does it look like I could go through down here? Or is this a dead end? What is this? So in my head, Parc Andre Citroën and this is Parc Andre Citroën, and the other park have absolutely nothing to do with one another. They're not even close. You know what I mean? Come to find out, they're right next to each other, and geographically and spatially and logically and rationally and sanely, I'm not understanding how that's possible. You know what I mean? I'm completely turned around, right? Secondly, I've been in Parc Andre Citroën a million times, well, at least 5, and I never saw this part of Parc Andre Citroën. I never saw this part of Parc Andre Citroën. So I had no idea that this was even here. All of this, the waterfall, the fountain, all of this. The only thing I know about it is this aspect. So this is the Seine here. That's the Seine. But I suspect the last time I tried to get out at the Seine, the police stopped me because it was a couple of days ago. And I guess it was the Olympic torch ceremony, but there's no one there now, so I could come back out here and make my way back, because if I go this way I'll be deeper in the 16th, and I'm not even going to tell you what I'm looking for, because I got so completely turned around. It's not even funny that I'm so far away from my target. It's like a joke. If I tell you where I'm trying to go, you die laughing, because what it means is I have to now come through here because there's no police, go back out, follow the tramway. So maybe I'll just abandon that trip today, because what I was trying to do. Oh, there's the police. I was trying to get to, that bridge, that overpass bridge near, it's the bus 80, the 80 bus, the overpass, the metro, okay, there's a metro Bala. If I could figure that out from where we are, then I'm in business. I have no idea how to make the connections, you guys. I can't be a tour guide. Yeah, I think I have to just go home, because I don't think I know. I'm sure it's very easy to make the connection to the Metro Bala. And then, because this was, oh my God, are they closing me in? They're not closing me in. This man is working here. I can't get through. Oh my God.